Wow. Hello, hello, hello. Master Maz here from Brain Education Middle East. And thank you so much for joining our Sunday webinar on Zoom, on YouTube. Hope everybody is having a great day this Sunday. Awesome to see you all. Today's brain meditation, letting thoughts become actions. So let's have a quick look at who's with us. Jimmy Lee, thank you so much for joining. May, Nora, Heba, all the way from San Diego. Amazing. A few members from the Mondrian and a few also on the YouTube. Appreciate you all being here and really, really, really wonderful to see you all. And for those who would like to make a comment on either the sound, the music, or even anything technical, please feel free to give us a little bit of a chat and let us know how things are sounding, how things are, you're hearing us well, everything like that. And hopefully our production team will help you and get you through to the end. Now over to the training. Thank you so much again. Wonderful for you to be joining us. This is for those who are coming in just now. Hi, Mariam. Nice to see you. All right. So for those who are coming in just now, this is Brain Education's very own Brain Meditation series. So this session is a different modality from maybe what you have done last Sunday. Last Sunday, we did a little bit of Qigong, inner power and peace. Today, this Sunday, we've got a little bit of brain meditation for having our thoughts turn into action. So I'm going to explain a few things, and then after the theory and the principle, we're going to put it to practice right away, and then we're going to set you off to helpfully study all of what you learned today through your daily living. And hopefully you guys have some great feedback for us on how this has helped you benefit yourself as well as those around you. So let's go ahead and get things started, get things a little straight. So this is a brain meditation, and I want to be a little bit specific as to what that actually means. So here we are with this beautiful mind of ours, right? And here come in front of this brain, we've got beautiful face, features, all that stuff, and it comes down to our back here. So inside this beautiful brain of yours come a few layers, right? So there's the top layer, middle layer, and then the very bottom layer that comes down through the spine into our spinal cord. So each of these layers actually have different functions. They all behave similarly in the sense that they all have brain cells that send signals to one another. So whenever we have a thought, or we process, or we think about something, or have some cognition, this is all happening probably in the topmost layer. We call this the neocortex. And this is your cerebral. When someone tells you he's very cerebral, he's very much in his thinking, or she's very much about processing. And a lot of us are actually up here, right? So we have a ton of thoughts. Now, not everything that happens inside our brain is thought related. A lot of other things happen inside our brain that actually consist something of a similar nature to our heart, emotions. So emotions also happen in what we call the limbic system. So the limbic system is kind of like the middle layer, and it also involves our memories. So when we say memories sometimes trigger certain emotions, certain feelings. So when you remember something, you feel something. And it's also reversely true. So when we feel something, we also sometimes remember something. Now, here's the beautiful thing about how it integrates into the rest of our body. It has to go through what we call the brain stem. Now, this brain stem right here is part of the brain that's actually autonomous. The autonomous part means it doesn't need your conscious control. You don't need to actually be in control of your heart, of your lungs breathing, of your circadian rhythm, your hormonal cycles. That's all done for you. A lot of what your brain controls is without your conscious will or attention. It doesn't require it. It just knows how to take care of itself. Funny thing is, we can disrupt it with the top two. What does that mean? So let's say if we're overthinking. This obviously has a toll and effect on our emotions. Say we doubt too much what we want to do. This is coming back to our topic, which is thoughts becoming actions. We doubt too much what we want to do. This may have a negative toll on our feelings, meaning things of insecurity or even fear may arise because of that, or even vice versa. Let's say we're generally in a fearful state or concerned state. This can create doubtful thoughts. So you see how they work together? Brain education helps us understand that each of these layers are connected to each other in all possible ways, and they all have effect not in one direction, but in all directions. Now say what that does to our body. Let's say we're in doubt now, we're in fear about what we want to do, what we need to do, we're not sure, we're not, let's say, feeling secure about our decisions. This will have a toll on our body, right? We'll feel a little bit uptight. We may even feel some strain, some physical discomfort even. And this also has a toll on our blood pressure, our heart rate. Even our physical pains can residue because of overt thinking. Even our physical pains can residue because of overt or excessive emotion. Yes, it's true. The body is very much connected to the rest of the brain in every possible way. Now, when it comes to how we're going to actually take care of ourselves today, this is how we're going to do it. We're actually going to do very simple exercises in raising your body's temperature, because the first goal of today, number one, is all of this here is filled with energy. And we want to distribute the energy in a good way. We call this principle water up, fire down. What does that mean? Susung hwa gang in Korean. Water up, fire down means to get your mind cool, water up, and get your body warm, fire down. So say all of this is happening. We're not here to become your psychologist and address all your thoughts, but we are here to cut the fuel. Say there's just too much energy up there. We want to distract a little bit and move the energy further down into your body so you don't have to think as much. And what is left is only the necessary stuff. Only the stuff that you need to think about, only the stuff that you need to actually feel, meaning clearing out. So we're going to do that by first making the body warm and cooling the mind through specific conscious exercises. This is going to be 4 exercises. 4? Yes, 4 exercises. Intestine exercise to bring our attention here. Then we're going to do plate balancing to open up all the joints in rotation fashion, so that way we get our bodies super warm and you're going to feel the discomforts and maybe then relieve the discomforts. Number 3, we're going to open up the hip joints through toe tapping exercises, and each of these exercises you can do separately and individually at home, whichever one you feel really worked for you. And then lastly, we're going to do hip bouncing to help activate the low back. So number 2 is going to be really important in how it connects to the brain. So say your low back is back here. Of course, this picture is not to scale, right? So your back is right here, even though the head is huge. So your low back is right here. Did you guys know that your vertebrae, your spinal column, there is a very specific fluid, a little sciencey, but bear with me. I hope this information helps you understand. This fluid runs up through your spinal column, and it actually helps cool your brain off, like a radiator fluid for the car. So if your car is overheated, the radiator, the water inside the radiator will cool the engine down. So this spinal fluid actually cools the brain down. And did you know that the skull is not made of one piece? It's actually several pieces. So imagine we pull or tug on the back or the lower back from here. So we're actually tugging on all these pieces and making spaces between them. When the spaces like fracture a little bit, that's our fluid coming through. That's our fluid coming through when we actually have fluid coming in through the brain, kind of circling throughout the brain here. So we tug on the spinal cord, and then the fluid kind of comes all the way through the brain right here, and that cools our brain down. Why is this important in letting thoughts become actions? When your brain is actually cooler than how it starts off, you'll clear out all your thoughts. So for those who know about energy and chakras, we're actually looking to focus on your 6th chakra or your Indan. So everything can be explained physiologically, and everything can be explained energetically too. That's the cool thing about brain education. So we're going to aim for that chakra or that brain center, cool it off, and then hopefully you're going to actually have a much clearer state of thinking, a much clearer state of feeling. And if you have a mission, think about yourself right now. If you have a mission where you want to decide on something, like an action, this is not going to decide it for you, but it's going to make the process a lot easier. It's going to become a lot more clear. So here, it's objective time. It's goal time. We're going to challenge you a little bit. So I want your objective and your goal to be very clear. Say something you want to wish for, something you'd love to do for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, for your job, anything you truly desire. Ask it of yourself right now, what do I do next, right? And in the training, hopefully the process will help clear it out so that you can have a much clearer idea as to what to decide and really turn your thoughts into actions. Is that clear? I hope it is. Wow, that was a lot of talking for like 12 minutes. But I wanted to give you a very clear rundown on what to expect, what we're going to do, and how it's going to help. Okay? So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. It is your time. Clear the decks. We're about to get started on a practical, okay? So moving this out, moving this out. All we're gonna need today is your body, stood up, and then later on we're gonna need a mat or a very thick carpet. We wanna be comfortable because we're gonna be on the floor for a little bit. And then we're gonna sit back up again. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Clearing the decks. All right, Merwin, Noura, Shiva, some familiar names too. Amazing to see you all back here. That's super awesome. Great, and for everybody on the tube, get you guys ready because we're gonna get started. So let's go ahead, first of all, feet apart. Hi, Ronami, what's going on? So now, knees bent. We're gonna start with a simple intestine exercise. Super good for getting that water up, fire down effect. Place your hands around your lower abdomen or around your navel. And then have a look at from the side. When I bend my knees, I'm looking to bend my knees, and if you have control over your back, tuck it in. So this is how we usually stand, kind of arched. I want you to roll the hip, so kind of tuck it under you. And that's how you pull on that spinal cord and get that spinal fluid up to your brain. And then we're gonna affect the spinal cord by pulling in the intestines and then releasing them out. If you're not sure how to do this hip tilt, then at least bend the knees slightly and then feel more weight in the back of the heel so you don't strain on the knees. Let's go again from here. We're going to start with a gentle count. Let's go to 30, just see how we feel, and then we're going to relax, stop, reset, and go again. So here, we're gonna pull in and then push out. Our hands are not doing the pulling and pushing, you are, but the hands are there to help focus your mind on the pulling and pushing. So go ahead and pull in and push out. This is an exercise, not a breathing. You just breathe naturally whenever you need to feel. You need to breathe. So go ahead and pulling in, pulling out. Let's go to count, 3, 4, good job. Add a little smile on your face. Tell your brain you're doing just fine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and again, 1. Good job. 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful, everybody. 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Go again. 1, 2, 3, focus your mind down here. 5, logo, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, all right. Feel it out? ¿Dónde está el logo? All right, try and feel it out here. So try and feel the warmth or temperature inside your body. Have a focus and feeling right there. So make sure you actually feel some form of temperature or pulling and pushing of the actual intestine exercises right here. Ready? So go ahead and bend the knees and then feel. Pulling and pushing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good job. 7, 8, 9, 10, and keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good job. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. Go again. 1, 2, last 10. 3, keep focused here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Beautiful. Okay, sweep down. Feel like you're moving that temperature all through the abdomen and then sweep through. Good. So if you've noticed that some of you may actually have a little bit of heat or temperature changes or your forehead is sweating a little bit, that means we're on the right direction. Our body's getting warm because our mind is focused on our body. Conscious movement, conscious exercise. And then our mind gets cooler, step by step by step. Let's do another 10, but this time nice and big on the movement. Open up the feet about twice the width, bend the knees down. So hips are nice and bent. And then coming back over here to the hands, and then we're going to go for another 20 in this posture. Make sure you can still see your toes, so don't put your knees too far forward. Yeah, bring the knees back, you can still see the toes. That way no damage on the knees. Let's try again for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7. Keep smile. 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Wow. Ooh. Sweep down. Beautiful job. All right, I hope you already feel that there's some definite focus and feeling of your body, meaning less thought, more feeling. Let's go straight into the next exercise, plate balancing. Right here. So I'm standing on my mat so I don't slip, but if you feel like this is the better surface for you, whatever you do, make sure you're in a nice grip, okay? So we're gonna go through the mat, if that feels better for you. And so from here, one leg bent, one leg straight. Hands out. Now we're gonna start nice and simple and go out more and more each time. So first, palm always straight up, coming to the back with the one hand. Keep that palm faced up, yes? Now turn the palm over to the front. That palm is still faced up. Now bend the back leg. Focus here. Coming round, over top. Lean back. Oh, my mat's getting bent out of shape. That's okay, don't worry about the floor. Focus on the movement. Make sure you're feeling each joint as you move it. That's so important. Conscious exercise, guys. Go forward, feel that low back stretching out. You need to. And then coming back, palm is still facing up. Yeah, facing up. Turn it over. See that bend in the shoulder. Forward with the twist of the elbow. Lean back. And then keep it going, palm always up. Feel that side of the body open. Bend that back knee now. Wow. Every time that spinal fluid, that sacrum, we talked about that low back, is shooting up, a lot of circulation to your brain, cooling it off step by step. These joint rotations are help balancing out and distributing your circulation. Try again. We're going to do this for 3 more times. Inhale, pulling to the front. Bending to the back, opening to the side, feel that hip joint open, squeeze the butt to protect the low back. Now let's match it with the breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale coming back, hold, and exhale. You guys are doing awesome, I love it. One more time, inhale to the back, exhale to the front. Lean back, inhale to the back. Feel that hip, squeeze that butt. Wow, awesome. Go ahead and shake it off. Release the tensions inside your body. So if you feel like you're having some tensions, especially around the waist and the low back, go ahead and rotate a little bit, reset, and feel your hip joint as you do this, yes? Go ahead again. Good job. That's it. And now let's go ahead and switch to the other side before we do a double. Ooh, it's gonna become more and more challenging. Yes, sir. Here we go. Now, reach out with the one hand. Now, if you're wondering what to do with this hand, either rest it on the waist or rest it on the low back so you can make sure you feel that low back. Now, lean forward. To the back. Palm straight up, yes? Turn the arm. Notice how the shoulder is pulling the back, so you are opening up the back muscles and the musculoskeletal system. Lean back, tilt it, bend that back leg right here. Oh, feel the abdomen opening. Good. Keep that focus, guys. You can do it. All the way. Now, of course, if you want more challenge, bend your legs more. Stay lower and stay low the whole time. All the way to the back and coming back to the front. Good. Let's do 3 more on this side. Make sure you are feeling each joint as you rotate. Take your time. The idea is not to go fast, but to feel it as you go. Now let's couple the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Wow, awesome. Oh, wow. I'm already feeling the difference, the change in temperature of my body. I'm feeling that there's some perspiration, some sweating. Remember, this isn't a sweating workout. Yeah, you can see it, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. All right, so from here, let's do it now with an extra challenge. It's a bit of a coordination exercise, but the idea is to manipulate the joints, to rotate the joints, to open up the circulation throughout our body so we can access the brain a lot easier in our meditation. All right, from here, bend both legs, palms out. Now follow with me. Bring the hands underneath you, behind you. Palms are still faced up, yes? And now to the front, I'm still leaning forward. Palms are still up. I'm trying my best to keep them up. Now push the hips forward. Stay with me. Oh, push the hips forward. X these arms out. Now they're behind you. Hips are forward. Arms are behind. Slowly come back to the front and bend the hips. Ah, wow. Huge opener for the front meridian channels of the body as well as the back. Yang and yin working together. Inhale. Pulling to the front, palms up. Here we go, push that hip forward. I know this feels good for you. Challenge the body, increase the bend. Exhale, release the bend. Ah, good. Let's do it 4 more times here. And then we're gonna reverse it. What? Hips. And forward. Ha. Good. Keep that focus. Focus on the bend inside your joints. Rotation of the joints. Forward. Ah, wonderful. Good, keep that going. One more. Palm. Bend in the hips. Arms cross, lean back. Ah, wow. If you need a little break, remember you can always shake off. Change the energy each time. It's now connecting to the feeling. If you just focused on the exercise, it would just be the movement. Thinking. But we want to get past the thinking. We want to get into feeling, into the real intuition we have inside. So make sure you feel the movement as it goes, because not all these discomforts, as we explained in the beginning, are just physical. A lot of these discomforts, these tensions, are emotional, and a lot of them are mental. So clearing out the body is the first step. All right, so remember, the movement is both hands. Let's see if we can balance out. Yeah, okay. So from here, we did this first time. Now we're gonna start the opposite. Like we're pressing rewind on the tape. Open up the palms to the back. Push the hips forward. Now lean back. Cross the arms, like that. Cross the arms. And then lean forward. Keep the palms up. Try and keep the palms. Twist that palm. Yes. And to the back. Coming forward. Wow. Totally different move. Now we lean back. Remember to push the hips forward as you lean back and bring the arms back. So we're really opening up the chest and the heart here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale. 2 more. In, cross, out. In, under, out. Last one. In, over, ha. In, under, ah. Wow. For those who have been sitting all day or standing, this is going to be revolutionary for your body. It's going to help reduce low back pains, scoliosis, even any vertebrae issues are going to release. Even pain symptoms inside the body, they're going to slowly come down. Now, some of you have the best part. Love that one. I know, I'm thinking of you, Hiba. Exactly. I played balancing and you said it was one of your favorites. So I know every time I do it, Hiba's going to be smiling. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead and come down to the floor. We're going to do something called toe tapping, and then we're going to do something called hip bouncing. Amazing for relieving hip pain as well as low back pain. So we're really working all the way through the joints. And then coming into our breathing and the undone burning posture, which I'll explain in a second. Okay, so my mat's ready. Make sure yours is, and make sure your screen is in a way where if you're faced this way, you can turn to your side and kind of see me. That's the point, okay? So go ahead, set your mat up. Let's see, how are we gonna do it? Yeah, let's do it this way. That way, in case we need the close-up, I can still see you guys. All right, so from here, make sure that your head is on the mat. Now, I prefer a thicker mat because that way I can actually still keep my back nice and comfortable. Otherwise, I'd rather be on a thick carpet, and that also helps too. So from here, if some of you have a tough time with the the toe tapping flat, you can sit up like this, okay? So I'm just gonna show it to you. First, the movement, and then for those who like to be on their back, continue on the back, please go ahead and do so. So first, heels together, like so. And then we're gonna open up the feet and then tap them just like that. All right, so open and close, open and close. So that's how we're going to do it, okay guys? Let's try this together. Open and close, bam. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good. So all I'm doing is rotating my femur bone. So if you notice, my knees are coming out and in. So try and keep the heels together at all times, right? So the entire leg is rotating. It's not just the toes, it's not just the feet. Now, this may be difficult for some, and you might prefer a fully flat version. So whatever works for you, right? That's the idea. This is okay too. And the idea is tapping the toes together, okay? Now, if you may get some low back pain because you're not necessarily used to this position, then I would say sit up for the first time. Let's finish this round. Exhale, release, wow. And for those who are sit up, you could just relax the legs and breathe out. We're gonna do this one for another 2 more rounds, but this time we're gonna time it for a strict minute or 70 seconds. So we should be aiming for about 100 taps. Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one sitting up. Let's try again. And from here, heels together. And now, let's go ahead, open and close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Breathe out at any time. 40, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. Breathing out means releasing of tensions inside the body too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. Keep going, don't stop. You can slow down, but don't stop. 980, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900. Whoa. So these muscles on the inside, we rarely ever use actually. It's almost hardly ever activated, even any regular physical exercise. But it's the one that actually helps open up the hip through activation of the femur bone. This is the biggest or longest bone inside the body right here, connecting your hip to the knee. Amazing exercise. We're gonna do that one more time, one more round before we get into our hip bouncing, and then you're gonna love what comes next. Ready? And go ahead, get into the posture. Let's begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, you can slow down, but don't stop. And breathe out if you feel any tension, discomfort. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 60. Focus on the hips, focus on the feet. Exhale, 70. Just 30 more. 80. Breathe out. 90. Last 10. And relax. Wow. So if you guys want to learn a little bit of Korean, because this is a Korean practice essentially, this word is so useful. Anytime you feel like, oh my God, I 시원하다. I 시원하다 means feel so good. So when this is like burning and I want to like, oh my God, I 시원하다. Feels so good, especially when you release it, yeah? So when you release it, I 시원하다. Feels so good. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our hip bouncing, especially for people who are having low back pains. This is an amazing drill to help prepare us for what comes next, okay? Here we go. Bending the knees, feet flat on the floor. Right this. And then what we want to do is we want to lift up the hips and drop the hips again. So use the weight of the hips to drop. Don't drop it like slowly. That's not the point. You want to lift and then let go of the weight. So like it's a bit of a tap on the floor, right? So we want to tap continuously on the floor just like that. So go ahead. We're going to do, again, another minute of 2 rounds of hip bouncing. Lifting and dropping. 2, just like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the tempo. Now, of course, you can go faster or you can go slower. Whatever is comfortable, but the point is to drop the low back. So it almost comes to a point where you feel a little bit of scratches inside your low back, kind of like the itching you get after you've been running a while. That shows that your sacrum, your hip joint, all the nerves inside your back are waking up, they're activating, and your brain is feeling it. You are affecting the sacrum, the low back, and it's what we call a pelvic tilt happening as well every time you lift the hip and drop it, or like a skull pump using the sacrum. So what that means is, what we talked about in the beginning, you're pulling on the spinal cord and allowing more of that fluid to reach your brain. So your brain will feel so cool after this and your low back so relieved. So go ahead and you can increase the tempo if you need to. We're just talking about a few inches, right? So just like 1 or 2 inches off the floor and drop. Good. So good for anyone suffering from low back pain. Releasing that sacrum tension. And stop. Wow. So you can feel that your low back is flatter with the floor, much more closer in distance. That's how you know the tensions inside your back are slowly releasing. So we're going to do that one more round just like this, and then we're going to get into our burning posture. This one is going to be called Sleeping Tiger. So you're going to love this one. Go ahead, lifting and dropping, hip bouncing. Good. Keep focusing on a nice rhythm. Rhythm is really helpful, right? So like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Whatever rhythm you choose, just make it consistent. Make it continuous, whatever fits your body. Focusing on your body, feeling your body. Exhaling out. Good. Just about 20 seconds left. Exhale out anytime. Breathe out. About 10 seconds left here. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Wow. Great job. So let's go ahead and get camera 3 on so we can speak to our people here. All right, guys, so for this Sleeping Tiger, we're actually going to be involving the whole of our body. And it's a really good point to make it an observable point that we are objective about our goal. We want to really find the answer to our goal here. So when we're doing this, I want you to focus on this central part of the body right here. So when we're here, make sure to lift up your legs, but you don't have to keep both legs up at the same time. You can drop one if it becomes really difficult. But the idea is to hold and sustain. We're going to burn away all those unnecessary thoughts just by maintaining one position for 5 minutes. And even though this seems like a physical challenge, it's a mental challenge, actually. And so this becomes a very deep meditation really quickly, even though we're acting. But still. So let's go ahead and prepare ourselves. And you're going to feel the effects really quickly. So first up, we have our hands. Our elbows are bent, not straight. Palms are flat to the sky. And we also want to lift up our legs so that here, our knees are bent almost at 90 degrees. Now our feet are going to be pulled back a little bit. You notice that? And then here, Try and make sure your low back is touching the floor. And this is going to be our position for about 5 minutes. I want you to be very active in the mind, focused continuously on your lower abdomen. And at the same time, I want you to also be active in releasing and clearing your mind. So whenever the doubts start to come to you, breathe out. Or make a sound. Like you're exercising them out of your body. So keep focused. And you may feel some discomforts inside your hips or your thighs. That is normal. The energy is trying to change inside your body, and your brain is realizing all the mental tensions we kept in our body. There's no way around it, only through. So don't become attached to the discomfort. Just remember, you have a bigger goal than just the discomfort. You're here for something so big, so important to you. And if it becomes excruciating, like down with one leg, but I would rather you keep it up. Because everyone who has ever done this with me has been able to do at least 8 minutes. And I'm only giving you 5, even if they're beginners. It's not about how strong you are. It's not about how physically fit you are. This is about your mental will. Because even the strongest of people can let go of the leg after 1 minute if they're not focused enough. So this is about training your focus and clearing out all the clutter, clearing out all the fluff. We burn through the body to burn through our thoughts that are trapped in the body. Here, with your mind, your focus is down there, middle and center of the body. So all your energy is here. All your focus is here. Everything that you feel, you let go of, especially if it doesn't help you. So that's how you decide what to let go of, what to keep. If it's not helping you, let it go. Whew. If it's not relieving you, if it's not making you feel more powerful, and some people ask me, what's the right action? It's the one you do. It's the one you end up doing. Because that one is the one that had the most power. So go ahead and feel the power. So focus on your body. Whatever thoughts that draw weakness, exhale out. They weren't supposed to happen. Those are just decoration, clutter. You don't need it. Become lighter as you progress deeper into your body. And I know some of you want to let go right now. Just tell yourself, how many times did I stop myself in reality? This is about study of living. This is about how we know, are we truly acting on what we believe? Are these just ideals or are they ideologies? What's the difference, you might ask? Ideals is how we ought to be. Ideologies are the ways in which we get there. So fix your ideologies. I know your ideals are high. Your belief system is powerful. Let's act, not just preach. So here, stay true to your value. Stay true to your belief. Stay true to who you truly are. How many times did you surrender and give up on yourself before? This is your challenge right here. This is how we really turn our thoughts into actions. This is a meditation to really clear out what is the unnecessary. And it is done through burning, through challenge. The body is our teacher today, so let it teach our minds something new. That we can be more powerful than we think. That we can do just and everything we truly believe. Good. We've got 1 more minute. We're in our final minute already. You can do it. Good. Keep going. Focus is here. Focus is here. Focus is here. Don't let go of your focus. Breathe out. If you feel like you need to shout at this moment, you're so frustrated about staying in the same spot for 5 whole minutes. Yes, let it out. What's holding back? You don't need that anymore. Let that go, please. We both don't need it anymore. Frustration. We don't need frustration to get something done. We don't need anger to get something done either. We don't need doubt. We don't need fear. We don't need hesitation. Good. Good. Slowly drop your feet down. Drop your hands down. Wow. Amazing job. Amazing you. Powerful you. We're now ready to move up and to the brain. Take a few deep breaths here as you relax and relieve the body first. Feel the body and let go of any remaining tension inside the body through the breath. Good job. Go ahead now. Let's come up to a seat. Now, usually, for those who have a difficult time seated like this, cross-legged or on the floor in general, I would recommend you bring back your chair. But for those who are comfortable seated on the floor, please continue to do so. In general, though, I would advise that you lift up your hip just a little bit to make the angle of your hip bend a little lighter and softer. So I'm going to do that with this mat right now. I'm going to fold it a few times so I can lift up my hip joint, and that way I can sit a lot more comfortably. So it just takes a few folds. And then I'm going to sit on my mat, ready for my meditation. Much better. All right, everybody. So from here, we're going to first activate the senses inside our brain, both neurologically as well as energetically. When we tap, we're helping our skull relieve by bringing attention there, bringing circulation there, and helping that spinal fluid circulate a little bit easier. So go ahead with me, with your fingers, the tips of your fingers, not necessarily your nails, but the fingers. Tap all throughout the brain. Make sure you get the parietal lobe, where a lot of your sensory stimulus lies. Make sure you get the temporal lobe. Go ahead and tap the sides of your brain, especially where you feel the most heaviness or where you feel the most tension. And feel the back. Amazing Merwin, amazing Nora, Shiva, Heba, Mia, Ronami, Mariam, you guys are all doing amazing. Come on, keep focused on your brain. Parietal lobe moving to frontal lobe. Front of the brain. Make sure you leave no part of the brain untapped. Activate the occipital lobe, back of the brain. Going down to your cervical spine or base of the skull, base of the brain, brain stem. Coming round to the temporal lobes again. Frontal lobe, parietal lobe, top, sides. Everywhere, make sure you've left nothing. And everywhere where it feels stuck, keep tapping. And if it feels a little uncomfortable, you can gentle the tapping a little bit. But I like to tap a little bit more strongly to really feel it inside the brain. Exhale as you feel tension or discomfort exiting. Good. And then slowly bring your hands down. Relax them on your knees. And then go ahead and shake your brain gently. So it's like we're waving our head like a flag. Make sure your spine is nice and straight. Your chin isn't up, it's a little down. And you're moving from side to side. So remember, this is a clearing exercise now. We're preparing for brain respiration. Respiration, or letting our brain breathe a little bit. So clear the clutter, clear the information. Whenever information or thought or any kind of unnecessary thought comes, breathe out. So this is a very, very effective way of lowering our brain waves. Our thoughts turn into feeling, and our brain waves begin to slow down. The focus becomes on longer wavelengths, more feeling. Breathing out. Any thought, exhale. Any pain or discomfort that's related to thought or mental tension, exhale. Even memories coming into your brain now as you sink into your limbic system, your emotions, your memories, breathe it out as well. Clear the brain. And you can shake faster than your thought. Move faster than your thinking. Move faster than your emotion. Good. And slow down. Finally, we're going to try and breathe in like we're imagining a little sinkhole opened up at the top of our brain, like all the water underneath the waterfall, if we're underneath the waterfall, comes and clears our brain. And like through this purification or cleansing meditation, we're breathing out all the toxins that is inside of our brain. So if you can feel the top of your head, like there's an opening or like a sinkhole, if you can imagine it there, great. But for those who necessarily need a little bit of motivation, go ahead and tap the top of your brain right now. Imagine like you're making the opening, you're clearing the passageway, and you're preparing to go underneath that purifying waterfall. Go ahead and tap the top of your brain. Right at the crown of your head. So energetically, this is also called the 7th chakra. It's also a point where energy enters and moves throughout your brain. But it's a really good way to connect with our body too, because we're activating, sensitizing the brain by really feeling it. So then we can really imagine like there's a gentle opening here. And this meditation, or otherwise Chunmun, connecting meditation, is going to help clear. The process is called brain respiration. So breathing in good, breathing out old information. Slowly stop. Rest your hands on your knees. Make sure your spine is nice and tall. And remember, this is an active meditation. Your mind is very active. When you're inhaling, it's like you're breathing in the waterfall and letting it rush through all the parts of your brain. All the bends and turns inside your lobes. And then clear out the heavy stuff through your exhale. You can feel it, right? So you can imagine like there's colors inside your brain, or different parts that feel heavy. Inhaling through the top. Let it cover up your entire mind. This brain respiration technique will help clear out unnecessary thinking and make decisions easy. Will make you feel clear and light. This is the cycle. In through the top. Out through the mouth. When you breathe in, you can imagine pure air or even water circumnavigating your entire brain, and you can choose where it goes. Take this out with you. Carry this through with you. And to give some examples, these could be relationships, things you'd like to feel a little lighter. These could be certain emotions, things you'd like to feel a little lighter. These can be thoughts, things you'd like to feel a little lighter. These can be memories, things you'd like to feel a little lighter about. We go through them and we see them because they're all inside us. And we don't know, but maybe something really old is the only thing in the way. And we don't know, but maybe our attachments to certain people or certain things or events are the only things stopping us. The only things outside of us that are stopping us are really inside us. They are inside. So when you breathe in and discover different parts dwelling inside your brain, breathe them out as soon as you recognize them. And when you inhale, let the breath express the relief. Make it sound and feel real for your brain. And you can keep doing this for quite some time. Continuously imagine or feel like there's so much you can cycle, recycle. So much you can make feel lighter. And please don't doubt, because doubt is not necessary here. And please don't be afraid of what you may be finding, because fear is probably something that's in the way. Keep breathing. Now sink a little bit deeper with your breath. Try and become an explorer, a discoverer of your mind. See what new parts of the brain you can find. New thoughts. Maybe now it's not about clearing. Maybe now it's about bringing in new information. So what would you like a little bit more of? What would you like to discover? Because that's all inside you too. How about some courage, yes? Find it in your memories. The times you were courageous. How about some confidence, some boldness? The thoughts inside your own mind that leave you feeling bold and confident. The relief is you finding them. How about some love? How about some harmony? How about some peace? Good. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, your final breaths. Exhale out. Inhale through the brain. Exhale out. Inhale through the brain. Exhale out. Go ahead now and rubbing your palms together. Make them nice and warm. Rub, 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 rub. And go ahead and cover your eyes. Rolling your eyes to the right, rolling your eyes to the left. And sweep down your face, sweep down and over your head, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, all the way down. Wow. And if you're in your seat, go ahead and give a gentle rotation around your hips and your waist. Wake up that body of yours, wake up the low back. Hai shonada. That's when you say that word, yeah? Feels so good. And then going over to the other side. Rotate. Wow. Okay, so if you're seated or you're seated on the floor, go ahead and do this nice gentle stretch for the low back. It's been so good for us. So with your hands, you can reach forward or you can come down to your elbows. Good. And then try and reach out as far as you can go right there. Aishunada, Aishunada, Aishunada. Good. And release. One last step, going over to the other side. Oh, put that elbow down. Reaching over the other side, feel the opening of the back as well as the side of the body. Good. And then over to the other side, up, 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 and over. Wow. Woo. Exhale. And you know what we can say to each other to really feel a bit of appreciation about ourselves and each other? Let's go ahead and say this word now if you guys are unfamiliar. Kamsamnida. It means thank you. So go ahead and hands over your abdomen in a grateful mind, one that will help you feel real happiness inside your life. Go ahead and say these words. Kamsamnida. And then go ahead and thank your neighbors and everyone else here. Kamsamnida. Kamsamnida, everybody. Well done, well done, well done. Awesome, awesome job. You guys are incredible, incredible, and amazing. How did you feel? How did this feel? How did the brain meditation today realize something for you, help you feel and recognize something for you? And I'm sure that maybe as you go, after having left here, you will continue to realize something because it doesn't stop being a benefit to you just in this class. Let's go to camera 3. Yeah, so tell me what you guys thought of that. Tell me what you guys felt throughout it. What was your favorite parts? How did that make you feel? So go ahead, I'm listening. It was amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Marwan, for that comment. I appreciate that. Really feels good. Amazing. I'm really glad and happy that you guys joined me. Nora, Hiba, Shiva, and Ronami, as well as Mia. Thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys being here. So welcome to join us one more time. We're going to try and be in this process of continually changing our trainings week to week. And please look out for the schedule because you guys have access to that either on our Instagram. And these meditations don't stop at the lives. We've got a couple of videos that are just recently released up on our YouTube. And these lives actually go to the YouTube directly after this is over, which means you can repeat this process or sequence as many times as you like, or even share it with a friend. So please go ahead and do that. I love all the nice feelings I get after every class. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome, Heba. I really appreciate that comment. Thank you so much for saying that. All right. So without further ado, for those who want to join us, we've got the Wooden Pillow Workshop that's live and that's happening tomorrow night, Doha time, 6 p.m. So go ahead and check the Instagram for the links to join up for that one. And we've also got some others, so be sure to check out the link in our Instagram profile for all the workshops and recent videos. All right, guys, so that's me. I hope that you guys enjoyed today and that you really loved this process. Tell us what you think. Write us back as many times as you like. We'll read every one of those comments. So I'll see you next time. This is Master Maz, out.